Hi everyone and welcome back. I finally finished my mini journals and I'm ready to show them. I made two of them. They're pretty much the same. I'm going to show you both of them and I'm going to be listing them separately in my Etsy shop. I'll just pick one to start with. And first let me explain what they started out as. I had found these vintage freezer boxes at a local thrift store, and I think they were supposed to hold frozen fruit or something like that. And they were the perfect size, I was thinking, to trim down and turn into a cover for a journal. So I thought I'd kind of see how that would work out, and it ended up turning out really well. So this is kind of the before, and then here is the after. So these journals contain 4 signatures, and I will put the number of pages on the listing because I actually hadn't counted them yet. Let me get the size for you. They are about a little under 4 inches across and about 4¼ inches long. So by 4 by 4, they're pretty small. So I am thinking these would be the kind of journals you would pop in your purse to take along if you go on a hike or if you go walking in the woods or by the ocean or something like that. And just to you can write little notes in it, little quotes. That's my favorite thing to do with journals is write down quotes because I always forget them. So it's a great place for anything like that. A diary, just some sketches, if you are walking in nature or something and you want to sketch something, it's another great place to do that. This one has a little more decoration in it. These have more decoration, but there are pages for writing and things like that. So let me go ahead and show you what they look like. So here's the front. Inside, I used vintage Nutty Buddy wrappers to cover the insides. And this is the cardstock in here is all October Afternoon. So if you remember October Afternoon paper, it's got that cute kind of retro look to it, and it's my favorite. So I have a lot of little pockets, and I put little bits of ephemera in the pockets. There's definitely room for more. Some of the ephemera is current day, modern. Most of it is vintage, and I'll kind of show you as we go along. So I've got some ledger papers. This is a vintage grocery store list. This isn't vintage. It's just memo pad paper, but it kind of looks vintage, so I thought it looked good in here with the colors. And then there's just little tucks in here, and this is a vintage greeting card that I thought would be fun you can actually open it up, and it's blank when you unfold it, and you could write some journaling in there, and then fold it back up and kind of tuck it in here, or tuck it in one of the pockets. This is from a vintage sewing book. So both of the journals have the same pages in them, but some of the vintage pages are different because I don't have the same 2 pages. So you'll see a page from a sewing book in here and then a different page from that same book in the other journal. So that's basically the difference. But like I said, I'm going to list them separately and have flip throughs of each of them. So some tally cards, and then there's lined paper, dot grid paper, plain paper you can do your writing or sketching on. Some vintage lists of places visited paper. It's a bridge tally sheet or bridge score sheet. Just a little piece of wax paper. I like to have different textures of papers too in my journals. Lots of really fun stationery in here, vintage stationery. I love to collect that, so I have a lot of it on hand. It's just a little October Afternoon ephemera card. I have little recipes included too. This doesn't have a particular theme. It's kind of got a little bit of everything in it. I sort of was going more towards using colors, so oranges and reds and greens and things like that. So it's got a lot of little vintage recipe things, vintage homemaking, that kind of thing. There's just a little vintage game card tucked into this little card pocket I made. And you can move all the stuff around however you want to do it. This is just a page from a vintage magazine cookbooklet. I thought that was really cute. Vintage can wrapper. And then all the little tabs on some of the cardstock pieces. Some of them are vintage tags too. Just a little envelope. You can tuck some little things in there. There's a lot of little nature pages too, florals. And just some more little journaling cards. This is just blank on the back. These are some printables. And I put some little journaling spots on the back too. You can kind of add your own journaling. That's just the back of the previous pages. There's just a little vellum envelope you can use to kind of tuck things in, and that's the end. And that's the back of it with the Nutty Buddy on it. So this is nice and compact, so it can definitely fit in your purse or your little bag or whatever to take along with you. So let me show you the other one. Like I said, it's pretty much the same, so I'll just go over it a little bit quicker. But it's got the same look. And a lot of the stuff, sometimes you'll see little markings and things. It's vintage, so you're going to have little imperfections here and there, but that's what makes it fun. And just another little journaling card, the pocket. I tried to keep most of the papers the same if I had multiples, but like these little greeting cards, these are different, just because I only had one of them, but I tried to include similar items. And this is a page about curtains. I think the other one was for lampshades, making lampshades. Some dot grid paper. I really like the color combinations in here, the reds and the greens and the yellows. I just think it's so summery looking. This is just a little October afternoon ephemera card. Plenty of room for writing, drawing. And you can always, if you like to add your own decoration, you can definitely do that too. You know, add even more to it if you have little ephemera pieces at home. There's plenty of room to kind of decorate your own pages too if you like to do that. Just a little card with that. I like this 80s style stationery. Here's some more things in here. It's just a little recipe I included in this pocket. And that's the end of that. So these are both will be available in my Etsy shop right now, so you can head over there and take a look. And I also have, I think I have one more journal left, one more handmade journal, and then I have a few other types of ephemera pieces in there too, some vintage items and some handmade items too. So definitely head over and take a look at those. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in my next video.